And here I am on another Ford Edge. I really don't like these very much. I mean, they're not awful, but yeah, not a fan. I do like when they come to the home screen where it says audio off and it has the little power symbol, because I know all I have to do is press that on the screen there and I get music. And yeah, it came on to XM Soul Town. I can hang with that. So this one is marked windshield chip, and Dave marked the chip on the windshield. I get frustrated on the nights where we don't have a lot of rental cars and the ones that are marked with windshield chips end up getting sent out to get rented. Like, I get why they do it, but I just feel like it's counterproductive. It's like, are we fixing these or are we not fixing these? It makes no sense to drive them down to the area to get them fixed and then turn around and drive them from there to the dollar car wash to get cleaned and put out. But hey, my job is just to move the vehicles. They don't have me as a manager trying to analyze where time and effort is being wasted on redundant processes. But I do that anyways, because that's how my brain works. So I decided to take this one out of all the other ones in the dollar maintenance line, just because this will allow me to kind of look over how the chip area is organized, or rather not organized, because I haven't gone into that area yet other than to walk through it a couple of times, and I've seen that it's pretty disorganized. So give me a chance to kind of give that a once over, because I like to leave that nice and organized by the end of my shift. And passing the Hertz maintenance line, there's 2 vehicles in it. It's certainly not enough for me to worry about it. So I still need to keep focusing on the maintenance line over at Dollar. So 6:28 right now. That means I got about an hour before they stop pulling vehicles into the shop. Ooh, and there's a full moon on the eastern horizon. It is a crazy shade of orange. That's neat. Can't wait to see that get up high in the sky. So, generally when I'm holding stuff from maintenance line with a bunch in it, like there is over at Dollar right now, I'm trying to get stuff that the shop can process to keep their volume up, so it looks like they're productive, and things like oil changes and low tires, that kind of stuff. Yeah, there were a handful that are just unmarked, so God knows what the deal is in them. I got to get in them and diagnose them. And yeah, I'm just skipping right by those for now. Shit, I went the wrong direction. I do this half the time when I'm headed to the windshield chip area, because it's a left turn, one turn before where I normally make my left turn, coming around the car wash. So double back to that. Whoops. Yeah, there were those. I don't even know what's wrong with them without me having to get in and try to figure it out. And then there's a body damage. Of course, body damage is in for the night. Of course, so is glass, but I picked out glass just because I wanted to kind of give this area a once over. And glass puts me close to the vehicles that are going back up, so I can just head right back up. Yeah, I'm not going to get much done with organizing these right now. I'm here. I'm just going to walk through them and kind of look them over, but not spend any time organizing them, because right now I'm just focused on trying to get the shop some work, because the shop doesn't, for as many people as are working in the shop doesn't have enough work, but not really finding it. So it's 6:37. Yeah, I kind of had to change plans. I'm over here in the TNC area right now, and I'm walking over to the glass area. I hadn't checked the glass area to see if there was any pop trunks. I don't think there is. No, there's not. There's hardly any vehicles back here. The whole reason I walked into the TNC area is I noticed there was a Tesla Model Y where they sometimes make a TNC line. Oh, here's a pop trunk. Didn't see this one. What do we have here? Yeah, I think you see the video. Oh, this is odd. It just has an X on it as if it's a return, but it's over here in the glass area. Start this up and see what's up with it. There's really nothing marked on it. Key ID incorrect. Does that mean it actually senses a key, but it senses the wrong key? I'm not seeing a key in here anywhere. So I don't know what this vehicle is doing back here, but it is definitely missing. I don't know why it says key ID incorrect, because there's no key in here at all. Anyway, it shouldn't have a popped trunk. It needs to have a parked hood. A popped hood needs to be marked that the key is missing, so I guess I'm going to handle that. So I was having a hell of a time getting that vehicle's hood to open. Like, I can pop it, but sometimes I can't figure out the mechanism to actually open the hood. And it's a good thing it was giving me issues, because then I realized, oh yeah, popped hood means car not starting. No key is supposed to be flipped up windshield wiper. So I got the windshield wiper flipped up, got it marked as having no key. I still don't understand what the heck it's doing over there. It's not a glass issue. It's just marked with an X on it as if it's a return. All right, tire light is on. This one gets a yellow hat. I'm in the gatekeeper line now. Tire light is on, and mystery car doesn't say anything. It's a Nissan Altima. Not to be confused with Nissan Maximas, which look the damn same to me. The Maxima's got the recall on them, the Altimas don't. So there's been progress on that recall, but apparently there's a fix for it, but whatever the fix is, it's very specific to each specific car.
Chargers so far tonight, 2 of 3 on.
Yeah, I'm not working with Steve. I'm not listening to a damn game. All right, 99, 100. Whoa. This thing is, I'm turning the knob, and it's, instead of scrolling through frequencies, it's scrolling through presets, I guess. 100.1. Whoa. Oh, 101.1 is the...
Just go to invest.
Oh, this is annoying. Okay, I can hang with this. Man, these Nissan stereos have got to be the most annoying out of all of them. At least it found KSLX without too much problem. So what's the deal with this car? Didn't start on the first try, started fine on the second try. I'm looking inside for a note, because there's no indicators on the dash as to what's wrong. There's the lights. And ooh, there is a paper. It's under my phone. La la la. Does it say okay to service rent? That's not the paper I'm looking for. I'm looking for a paper that indicates a problem with the car. And I don't see any. Well, this is weird. I get these from time to time. Like, I'm assuming it was put here by a car washer into the gatekeeper line. And usually they have a little slip like the one I pulled up that indicates what the flag in the system is for it. It tells me where to put it. And that one says okay to rent, which means it should be up in the clean line, not here. But they surely brought it here for a reason. But there's no parking center. Parking sensor. Okay, well, I moved it. It said parking sensor. Putting it in reverse puts on there. Parking sensor. Okay, maybe that's what the deal with. That's not one I get every day. I half expect the shop is just going to look at this and go, yeah, whatever, and click OK on the screen and maybe go to somewhere on the screen to make it stop displaying that warning and send it out. But hey, I marked it down. I was just about to put this in the place where I put cars. I can't figure out what the deal is with them, but not the kickouts, because putting it in the kickouts when it's already come from the car wash before is generally a wasted effort, because they just bring it right back to me. But putting this in the pink line, I don't know what the deal is with the parking sensor. That's not one I've encountered before. I don't know how the heck that works, to be honest. I know sometimes with some of the EVs we get warnings like that, and it's just a matter of the camera lenses being dirty. I just send them out. Figure hopefully the next car wash will take care of it. All right, I did not pick this car. It straight up picked me. I'm walking down the line looking for the next one to take up, and somebody left this one idling with the music on, and it was playing James Brown, I Got You. Like, I'm just drawn to that. I have no control. I must go to the vehicle playing James Brown. I don't know. Whoever car washer put it in the line just didn't get it shut off. That happens. Not as into the Supremes as I am James Brown. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't dislike the Supremes. Sometimes I'm in the mood for them, but yeah, usually when the Supremes are on, I just change it to something else. I mean, I'd much rather hear "Hold On" by En Vogue. That's a little more my vibe. So this one's got some kind of a Toyota crossover. It's got 33,000 miles, so too much to go to PC. So I'm just taking it up to the flip ramp. And I'm gonna make sure I actually shut it off when I get it to the flip ramp, unlike whoever left this in the clean line. But hey, it was pretty cool walking up to a vehicle cranking out some classic James Brown. So I never explained how I ended up from windshield chips over into TNC. So I just kind of looked over the vehicles in the chip area, decided, yeah, I didn't have time to really straighten those out because they're a disorganized mess, as I said. But I'm just walking, to get another one to get up, because I really need to get back up to the dollar line. In fact, I'll probably just walk to the dollar line from here, even though I'm far from it. And the vehicle will automatically turn off if parked for an hour. Perform auto off. Oh wow, this is some kind of a hybrid that's weird to shut off. I think I told it to shut off. So just hitting the power button doesn't turn it off for some reason. That's weird. Or did I hit the wrong button? Oh, no, I hit the wrong button. I talk like the car wash person who left this turned on as an idiot, but I almost did the same thing. It's a lot of new cars are not, especially when you get into hybrids and stuff, it's not as obvious, like how to do things as simple as turn them off and on. Oh, wow, and I left the, why are you making so much noise? Turn lights off. Wow, this one apparently doesn't have an auto setting. Alrighty then. I actually didn't flip out the right side rear view mirror, talking about people moving them without flipping the mirrors, and I just did that myself. I gotta admit, I was more fixated on the James Brown than I was the mirrors. But yeah, the reason I ended up back in TNC and walking in that direction was, as I was walking, decided that the disorganization over in the windshield chip area was more than I had time to deal with right now, because I got more important shit to work on. And I was walking across the car wash to go to the clean line to find something to bring me back up into the car wash, up into the rental car center where I am now. I'm sitting in the flip lane right now, by the way. One of the African guys who barely speaks English but usually waves and says hi to me, he hooked me up with a bunch of unopened beverages. A full 12-pack minus one of some brand of hard seltzers that I'm not familiar with, and one random smaller unopened water bottle just stuck in the one space in the 12-pack to kind of fill it up, and then I think 4 or 5 remaining in a 6-pack of some kind of non-alcoholic beer. Not a fan of non-alcoholic beer, but you know what? I'm going to take any free beverages that somebody wants to kick me down and say thank you. So yeah, I walked those out to my car. And then walking from there, I stopped at a Model Y that was sitting in a spot where sometimes we make a TNC line when there's a need, and I wasn't sure if there was a need. So rather than getting in it and driving it, I decided to walk into the TNC area. And yeah, there's a need. That entire area is full. And it's a good thing I walked that way too, because I encountered a Kia Soul that somebody left the headlights on. So got them shut off. That's how dead batteries happen. Oh, and the one I mentioned earlier that I was walking over to, the SUV over in PC, come to find out there was actually a customer in it who was getting ready to rent it. He was just sitting in it, checking some things on his phone before he took off. He seemed a little startled that I walked over to him, but then when I explained why, he's like, that's good. It's good. And I didn't even have to get to the conclusion. I just said, yeah, sometimes the guys that move them forget to shut it off. He's like, oh, ends up with dead batteries. I'm like, yep, I'm just trying to prevent dead batteries. So, nice guy. At least he knows that there's somebody at Hertz that cares. And I'm in another Kia Forte. And it's one of the ones that requires it has a actual physical key as opposed to a proximity key. So it did something I don't do very often to get into this one. Ooh, turn that fan down. I do not getting blown like that. Where's my music? Radio. Oh, I like this particular style Kia radio. 87.5 is a preset. There's nothing there. 88.1 is a preset. There's nothing there. All right. All the other ones are AM presets. I'm not going to mess with those. HD radio is on, so when I hit that, I go to 94.5. And I like most of the music that play on Big 94.5, formerly known as Cool FM. But a lot of stuff that's played out, like Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar. I love that song, but it's so played out. But you got to give it a second to get the subcarrier for HD radio, and bam, HD2. KWSS HD. I always put that on a preset. Now it's getting to the point where most of the vehicles that I get that are Kias that have this style of radio in them, they already got the preset for me setting KWSS as a preset. And what do I get rewarded with? Girls. Fuck yeah. I feel like I just won the music lottery right now. So this one's an iStop MM Inspect, which I explained earlier. I still don't really know what they are, but I know where they go, and I know it's something the shop can work at 7:12 p.m. So I'm sure they appreciate me bringing this down. And what I did that was different is after I parked the last one in the flip ramp, when I have the flip ramp, if there's a whole bunch of stuff in Hertz Returns, I immediately just go into the sea of cars and try looking for a maintenance car that hasn't been moved yet. And I found one pretty quickly, pretty close to where I was, but it was body damage. Body damage is already shut down for the day. In fact, I don't even think they function on Sunday. So I drove the body damage one over to the maintenance line just to see if there was something that would be more useful to the shop right now, and I found this. I mean, granted, I could have just drove that other vehicle to body damage and then done another roundup, but hopefully they can actually service this vehicle and get it out before the end of the night. The one that I marked with the liftgate sensor problem, they've already moved that one, so they've either taken it in the shop to try to figure out what's up with that sensor, or they've decided, no, that's just stupid, and cleared the sensor and put it out to rent. Either way, it's already been handled. So I feel like I did my job getting to where it needed to be. Always happy to hear anything off License to Ill on the radio. So coming out of the front of the pink line, I noticed that thing is happening again, where the kickout lines are overflowing. And when that happens, and this is something that Andre showed me to do, when that starts to happen, I try to pull the ones that are wedged in where they really shouldn't be, such as this Volkswagen SUV that I'm in. and then I drive them to the other side. That's going to get me over to the ones that are going up faster than walking there. So I don't think I mentioned on my last trip up, as I was walking towards the ones going up, I'm getting ready to walk through the car wash. I walked through the chip windshield area, and I did move 2 cars. As I said earlier, that area is a disaster right now. As far as it's just like really unorganized. I only moved 2 cars. I didn't fully organize it because there's no point in me doing that this early in the night, especially when I can still maybe get some cars down for the shop to work on, although I'm really on the edge of the time that can happen. Those 2 that I moved, they certainly were a good step in the right direction of getting that area organized, because one of them was a Mustang that wasn't marked correctly, that was just in the damn way, and then the other one was put in the front of the windshield chip line, and it goes to that area, but it's one where somebody had tinted the windows in ways that are illegal and they shouldn't be tinted, and that goes in the same place. But I like to have those separated because I know it really helps the guys that work in that glass crew. All right, so I just grabbed the closest vehicle to me, but lucked out, got something going to PC. It's a GMC Acadia, and it's only got 7,700 miles on it. So this is a qualifying vehicle for President's Circle. That's good. That gets me back towards the dollar line. It's $7.19 now, so I'm really at the tail end of when I can bring stuff to the shop that the shop can actually work on. And I'm hoping when I get back over to the dollar line that there will be something, like an f-stop oil change or tire or inspect. But I don't have very high hopes of that. But whatever. I know there's vehicles over there waiting for me. All right, I just hit the edge of PC now. I'm on the road around the outside edge of the rental car center. Looking for a spot that I can go forward into versus having it back into, and I think I found a good one. And just found a better one. All right. A little Thin Lizzy on the radio. I turned on this car and it was on XM Classic Rewind, which is a station I really enjoy. So what's playing Burning Down the House before I got the phone started. Well, I just had sort of an awkward moment. I was walking past the Chargers, the ones that are referred to as the Ultimate Chargers, which are on the opposite side of the office from Ultimate. Well, normally I don't leave it on 91.5, but it's Sunday when they're playing that classic blues show, and I like that.
Let's take a look at some of the individuals that were prominent in that particular.
Anyway, I saw a woman moving cargo. She had flipped the trunk open on one of the vehicles on the Chargers there, and I thought she was a Hertz manager, but I think she was a customer that was just moving stuff from one vehicle to a different vehicle. Well, I wish I had a camera facing forward. There's some what appear to be customers walking in absolutely the wrong direction. I should ask her if she needs help. Are you trying to find your way out? Oh, okay. This isn't really a pedestrian area here. Are you trying to find your way out? Okay, because you guys are going, like you're in an area where people aren't even really supposed to walk. I would say just get across that way. Here, let me show you. Yeah, nobody really walks past there. Here, it's drive kind of backwards. See those doors over that way? Yeah, that's probably your best bet. There's escalators there. I'll go over to the other part. Are you guys flying out? Yeah. There's just when you go up the escalator, just go straight across, and that'll take you to the SkyTrain, take you right to the terminal. elderly Indian couple, and they were so walking in the wrong direction. And the first person I talked to was clearly his wife, who was just being a sweet, obedient wife. She's just following her husband. But yeah, husband was very much lost. He was walking across. That's one of the, I mentioned it's a conflict point. It's kind of one of the scariest areas. They're by where the Dollar maintenance line is, and the ramp that comes up from Dollar, and then there's a little space in the gate which is narrow, and it separates Dollar from Hertz, and then the ramp, the main Dollar checkout ramp, and they were walking across all of that towards stairs that would go down to, I think if you take those stairs down, I mean, you can get them to the 2 lower levels in the rental car center, but if you take them all the way down, I think they also take you to, oh gosh, I know I went down that one time. It goes out to another car rental lot, not one of the, you know, not Dollar. It's the one that's on the other side of the Dollar, what you call it, the Dollar employee parking area, which I parked in once last week. Hopefully I got them going the right direction. I do feel nervous for them because they were kind of elderly and didn't seem very situationally aware, and they're in an area that's just not a good spot for pedestrians walking in completely the opposite direction where they need to be. Anyway, I always like to help out people like that when I can, but I'm worried I might have startled the lady. I didn't realize they were together because she was trailing him by such a distance. So this one's a little complicated. Not complicated, but confusing. It's another Kia Forte, and it's marked MMM spec, but it's also marked body damage. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the pink line and let them clear the MM inspect off of it. And I would imagine at that point they'll probably kick it out. Actually, they'll probably move it to body damage for me. Pulling into the gatekeeper line right now. I like this blues program. It's the one I used to listen to sometimes when I'd be crunching cans and organizing stuff in my storage. That little TV radio thing. I need to make some time to work on my storage now that the weather's getting nicer again. Probably have a decent amount of money, and by decent I mean maybe $60, but whatever. Waiting and recyclables, if I can just get that shit crunched and sold.